But being in a place like Panama or just moving abroad, period, it changes who you are. I am growing and I am becoming the best version of myself. People's view of you is not your problem. It is their problem. Because I am embarking on something that I have been wanting to share with you all for a while. I want to be able to share my journeys, and that is why my channel is called Jackie's Journey, because there's many things that is happening in my life. Moving abroad has really opened up so many different things for me, and I want to share my journey with you all. I am healing, I am growing, and I am becoming the best version of myself. I am becoming the person that I was always meant to be. I'm unpacking and unfolding so many different things that have impacted how I look at myself, how I view myself, and I am unpacking it to get rid of it. I don't want to carry it anymore. I don't want to carry things that don't suit me anymore. They don't serve me anymore. And sometimes you don't even realize that you're doing it. But being in a place like Panama or just moving abroad, period, it changes who you are, because some of the things that you were doing in the States was clouding your view of who you really are, because it's so much. And I'm going to just use for an example just part of some of the things that I am unpacking, because it's a lot. Just living in a place like South Carolina. I was not born and raised in South Carolina. So I came to South Carolina when I was 22, 23, I think, one of those ages. And so I didn't go to school there. I wasn't born and raised there. So it was very hard for me to make friends in South Carolina. So I was kind of coming in, as a stranger, and I really did not connect that well with a lot of people. I have a few people that I connected with, but for the majority of it, I did not connect very well with a lot of people there. So I felt like I spent a good part of my life explaining who I wasn't, if that makes sense. People have a certain view of you, and that view of you can be tainted by other people's view of you. And it definitely tainted people's view of who I really am. And I felt like I spent a lot of time explaining, oh, I'm not like that. I'm not that person. I'm not this, I'm not that. And moving here to Panama, it's making me understand and look at how much time I spent explaining who I wasn't, because people had a certain view of me. I don't want to do that no more. I don't want to do it anymore. I am who I am. This is my life. This is the life that I, with the help of God and sacrifice, this is the life that I created for myself. And this is who I am. Regardless of what other people think, regardless of what other people have told other people to think, this is exactly who I am. And I am going to embrace this person that I am. I'm going to embrace her, and I am going to become her. And I want to unpack everything that makes me not want to be who I am. Sometimes it is, you're too much. Now that is just too much. That is a big part of me. And I don't want that statement to come in my head any longer. Don't want it to be a part of who I am. Because if I am too much for a certain person, then that's not my problem. That's their problem. And that is another thing that I am dealing with, is understanding that people's view of you is not your problem. It is their problem because I view me a certain way. And that's what really matters. What matters is how I see myself, not how you see me or not how the next person sees me. It's how I see me. So along this journey, I am going to be really unpacking, getting rid of, throwing out all the things that just doesn't serve me anymore. And it's not necessarily at this point in my life that I am blaming others. I'm actually dealing with myself. I'm dealing within to look within myself and say, what made me tolerate that? What made me think it was okay to be tolerated and not accepted or not celebrated? What made me deal with that so long? Like, why did I think I had to deal with that? Why did I think it was okay? That's what I'm dealing with. That's what the real picture is. Why did I think that that was okay? Why did I think that people who treated me a certain way was okay? It's not okay. It's not okay. And it's not something that I am willing to deal with any longer. I just turned 59. And I had a situation happen to me, and I'm not going to talk about the situation, I'm not going to talk about the person, but I had a situation happen to me where someone thought it was okay to address me a certain way. And I really had to look in the mirror and say to myself, wow, that is something that you have been dealing with your entire life. As long as you're being the good person, as long as you're being the better person, you know, how they say it, just be the bigger person, just be the bigger person. As long as you're always being the bigger person, people don't have anything to say. But when you put yourself first, you put your feelings first, and you put your needs first, that's when people want to come after you to basically say, who do you think you are? Who do you think you are, putting yourself first? And this is making my life a certain way. Yeah. So that thing kind of sparked something in me to say, you literally have been tolerating this behavior from a lot of people. Yeah. So I'm no longer tolerating that behavior. And how I'm dealing with that kind of behavior is I'm not going after anyone. I'm not explaining anything to anyone. I'm not telling anyone who I am, what I'm doing, and what I'm going to do about any situation. I'm working on me. I'm working on me, the inner me, the person that I really am. I'm working on that person to become stronger, to become more courageous, to stand up for myself and allow myself to finally be Jackie. It's very weird because a lot of people actually think that they're okay. I know I did. Moving to Panama, I think I said it before. I'm good, you know? I got my little, off subject, I got my little rice paper eye mask on, and I have castor oil and frankincense underneath it, so you might see it. But yeah, I think it's working. I don't know, we're trying. But anyway, back to what I was saying. A lot of people think that they're okay. And you move to another country and things get quiet. Your nervous system relaxes. You get a slower pace of life. And you start to realize, oh hell, I'm not okay. Yeah, that's what's happening to me. It's like I'm not like hurting, or I'm not like sad. I'm not like going through something, but I am, the quiet is letting me know, dang, you didn't deal with that. You didn't deal with that. So I'm dealing with it. Yep, I'm dealing with it. And I am going to carry you all along. And I hope that you all receive your healing as well, because that's what it is. It's healing. It is healing. Panama is healing me. This quiet, I'm telling you, it's healing me. The growth that's happening is happening in my personal life. It's happening in my marriage. Even the fears that I am conquering, it's amazing. I'm telling you. I never thought that this is what it was about. I thought that I wanted to leave America America's getting horrible. I don't want to be here anymore. I don't feel safe anymore. I don't like what's happening with the cost of living, and I just want to do something different. That's what I thought. But now I'm starting to understand it's much more than that. It is much more than that. The growth and the healing that is happening to me is absolutely amazing. It's absolutely amazing. And I am going to document my journey. I'm going to show you all some of the things that I'm doing. I've already showed you all my garden. And that is something that is bringing me a lot of peace, a lot of joy. And this whole backyard area, I come out here early in the mornings, I read my Bible, I read my affirmations, I spend quiet time, and it is really, really, really helping me. There's no noise. So when there is no noise, you have to sit with yourself and you hear yourself. The less noise you hear, the more inner voice you hear. And that's what we need to do. We need to hear that inner voice, that person that's on the inside that has been trying to get your attention all this time. So expect more videos like this, probably midweek videos. I'm going to try to do more to just figure me out. Because some of my stories, I can't share them all right now because it's so much, but some of my stories and some of where I come from, it is a lot that I've dealt with in my life, and I've suppressed them I've suppressed them with a lot of, I'm happy in my marriage. I'm happy with my children. And I'm a very positive person, so I don't complain a lot. But the not complaining makes you suppress. So I think when you think that you're okay in your circle, like with your family, your little circle, like my husband, my children, my grandchildren, my older sister, you think that you're good. But there's a whole world out here, and you have to know how to navigate in that world. And how you learn how to navigate in the world is with that little outer circle. And if you don't learn how to navigate that outer circle, like other siblings, nieces and nephews, cousins, if you don't learn how to navigate in that world, then the bigger world will be hard to navigate in. And that's what I'm dealing with now. Dealing with the fact that I didn't, walking away is not how you navigate. Letting someone say something to you that is inappropriate, unacceptable, and just say, who cares? That's me. That is me. Who cares? Who cares what they think? It's not that you care what they think. Just don't address me that way. Big difference. Big difference. You can't walk around and change people's opinion of you, but you can stand up and say, that ain't true. And you can think whatever you want to think, but I let you know that that's not true. Big difference. And I'm learning that along the way, that you can't just, who cares? It's not good enough. It's not good enough. Because what will happen is it's not going to be that small circle anymore. It's going to be the bigger circle, which is other people, random people, because you didn't deal with that circle. So I'm going to deal with it. I'm going to deal with it. I am going to unpack it all. Another thing, I'm not going to edit the things that I'm putting out, like my bigger videos. I'm out and about with my family, enjoying Panama, enjoying being abroad, stuff like that. There will be editing, but like things like this, I'm not going to edit. I'm not going to take out things that I think might be flaws, because it's who I am. I make mistakes, I'm human. And I think that the mistakes, that something that I think might be a mistake, might not necessarily be a mistake. It can actually help someone. And so if my journey can help someone, I'm going to leave it in there. I'm going to leave it in there for people that might need this. I want to see the growth in who I become. I'm excited about it. I'm really excited about it. But anyway, that's it. Bye.